Welcome to Wise Elders Stories channel. Many women don't know this. Very wise advice from a 72-year-old woman, wisdom. Have you ever found yourself puzzled by the idea that a woman with a wealth of experiences in her love life might offer meaningful perspectives on relationships and closeness? An honest dialogue has the power to transform our understanding of love and foster a lasting connection with our significant other. Today, we will explore the thoughtful insights of Mrs. Eleanor, a 74-year-old woman who has happily been married for nearly 50 years and has a deep understanding of the institution of marriage. From the beginning of deep love to the many years spent with her partner, she has gained valuable understanding of marriage, including the capacity to face challenges, strengthen their bond, and maintain the passion. I encourage you to watch the whole film, as I think Mrs. Eleanor's perspectives could significantly change how you perceive romantic love and communication between partners. No matter where you are in your romantic journey, these insights can help foster a deeper, more authentic, and more significant connection with your partner. First and foremost, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to stay updated on all the latest news. Your support means the world to us, enabling us to create engaging videos and share important messages about love and life. If you found this video helpful, please consider clicking the like button and sharing your thoughts. Your feedback is invaluable, helping me craft content that better resonates with your interests and needs. Join me on a journey as I delve into the profound insights shared by Mrs. Eleanor, a remarkable individual whose perspectives on love and relationships have the potential to reshape our understanding. A woman renowned for her profound insight into the human spirit resides in a hidden village nestled within a valley, embraced by majestic mountains that perpetually watch over the land and a meandering river that sparkles in the sunlight. The elderly woman with silver hair and gentle, soft eyes embodies more than just the name Mrs. Eleanor, as the townsfolk affectionately call her. Valuable insights about life can be gleaned from her experiences. Her generous guidance, insightful reflections, and stories have inspired numerous people, despite her lack of wealth and fame. Her fame reaches far beyond the confines of the small town, stretching into far-off lands. People struggling with feelings of hopelessness, uncertainty, or confusion turn to her for guidance, hoping that her insight will illuminate their path to inner clarity. People claim that tranquility can be found by sitting on her wooden porch, absorbing her soothing voice, and savoring fragrant herbal tea. The source of Mrs. Eleanor's extraordinary insight into human nature remains a mystery. Some attribute it to her unique understanding of the nuances of human emotion, shaped by years of challenges and joy. People claim that she has a unique quality that allows her to understand and soothe the pain of others just by being there. Everyone who spoke with Mrs. Eleanor, no matter their background or heritage, invariably felt a wave of relief after their conversation. Some sought her for matters of the heart, others yearned for a story of recovery, while a handful of wandering spirits were simply on a quest for self-discovery. No matter the subject, Mrs. Eleanor absorbed every word with sharp focus and genuine understanding, as if she had known the person for a long time. A woman of exceptional wisdom and deep understanding earned the admiration of the townsfolk in a quaint village surrounded by verdant, undulating hills, where time appeared to pause and life unfolded in a tranquil, uncomplicated way. Mrs. Eleanor excelled in the art of love and the intricacies of the human mind. Her insights guided countless couples over the years, leading them toward unity and deeper bonds in their relationships. The central figure of today's tale is a young woman named Isabel, who embarks on a quest for a profound understanding of love and marriage. Even after years of marriage, she found herself unable to shake off the lingering doubts that haunted her soul. She aimed to elucidate the difference between the closeness found in marriage and the complex balance of affection, duty, and individual aspirations. Mrs. Eleanor was a figure her parents often referenced throughout her upbringing, portraying her as remarkably wise and compassionate. After countless nights spent in deep thought, she made the decision to arrange a meeting with her. Meeting Mrs. Eleanor was far from enjoyable. As Isabel journeyed through vast meadows and navigated bubbling streams beneath weathered wooden bridges, she felt a mix of hopeful yet anxious anticipation. Even though she appeared visibly weary upon reaching the town, a deep curiosity radiated from her gaze. The welcoming neighbors quickly led her to Mrs. Eleanor's modest wooden house, nestled in a verdant garden where the scent of herbs filled the air, fostering a tranquil ambience. Isabel felt the inviting warmth of the space as soon as she stepped inside. The atmosphere was captivating, defined by the gentle golden glow and the crackling fireplace nestled in the corner, even with its simple decor. Clad in a modest woolen gown, Mrs. Eleanor radiated warmth with her gentle smile and displayed wisdom in her eyes. She offered Isabel a cup of herbal tea, its calming aroma filling the air, and encouraged her to sit down. After a brief silence, during which she relished the tranquility of her surroundings, Isabel finally broke the stillness with her words. Her tone was reflective and inquisitive. "I have been pondering the topic of marital intimacy quite often, madam. I steer clear of certain topics, not because I feel ashamed, but rather out of concern that I might not handle them well. Is it acceptable to partake in sexual relations within the bounds of marriage? Does it represent an authentic truth, or is it merely a misleading desire?" Mrs. Eleanor showed no signs of astonishment. Her expression reflected deep comprehension as she gazed at Isabel, as if she had faced this question countless times throughout her years of guiding those in search of insight. She remarked with a hint of contemplation, "Isabel, the essence of intimacy in marriage goes beyond just the physical," taking a moment to sip her tea and reflect on the question. "A soulful dance intertwining two spirits in perfect harmony through mutual love and reverence. Every union deserves the freedom to flourish without the limitations set by external expectations. The essential point is that partners engage in actions for each other driven by love and shared agreement, rather than by coercion or duty." Before proceeding, she granted Isabel a moment to reflect. The key element lies not in the judgments of others or the societal constructs surrounding love and intimacy, but in your own emotions and the depth of your connection. A gesture can hold great importance if it strengthens the connection between partners and cultivates happiness and understanding. It is essential that mutual consent and respect remain the core principles guiding our interactions. When either side feels uneasy about a matter, the wisest course of action is to initiate a candid conversation. Instead of allowing silence to foster division, initiate a conversation until you find common ground. A wave of relief washed over Isabel as she carefully took in every word. She came to understand that marriage wasn't bound by strict rules, but instead focused on nurturing open and sincere dialogue between two people. Isabel offered a subtle nod of agreement. "I have come to realize that there is no such thing as a choice that is universally right. The importance of the bond and harmony between a husband and wife is truly profound." Mrs. Eleanor, with a gentle touch of support, rested her soft hand on Isabel's and offered a warm smile. "Of course, my dear. Connect deeply with your emotions and those of your beloved. Lasting affection can thrive within a marriage, as long as both individuals engage with compassion and modesty." Isabel stepped out of Mrs. Eleanor's home as the sun dipped below the horizon, her thoughts and emotions calm after experiencing a moment of profound clarity. For her, marriage surpassed antiquated norms. It evolved into an ongoing adventure where she and her husband consistently unearthed fresh ways to cherish, listen to, and appreciate one another. As Isabel left, Mrs. Eleanor looked on with a kind and understanding expression, a subtle smile gracing her lips. Lost in thought, she kept sipping her herbal tea, feeling its comforting warmth surround her as she reminisced about a bygone era. In a charming little village, there lived a couple named Daniel and Sophia. Their first year together was marked by warmth and dedication, as they came together in the passionate embrace of their youth. The passage of time and the pressures of everyday existence inevitably forged a divide between them, a scenario often seen in numerous unions. Sophia came to me one day, her gaze heavy with uncertainty and bewilderment. The woman conveyed to Madame that, although her love for Daniel ran deep, she sensed a growing distance developing between them. Our once vibrant bond appears to be fading, and I dread the moment we might find ourselves as mere strangers within our own space. Mrs. Eleanor seemed to notice Sophia from afar as she lingered, her eyes darting towards the flickering flames. I told Sophia that it was crucial to focus on nurturing their relationship in fresh ways instead of holding on to the strong feelings from their past. I suggested that she have a candid discussion with Daniel, not to blame or insist, but to gain understanding on the issue. The distance in a marriage might not solely be due to a lack of love, it could also emerge from two people struggling to truly hear each other and express their feelings. Isabel felt Mrs. Eleanor's comments wash over her like a refreshing stream, revitalizing her very being. Furthermore, could you provide an interpretation of what it might be? Mrs. Eleanor began to articulate her thoughts. Sophia listened carefully to my guidance. Her desires were not merely expressed. She listened to Daniel with great attentiveness. They rekindled their bond through creative approaches as a pair. Relishing the serenity of each other's company, enjoying a slow stroll hand in hand, or sharing a prolonged morning hug were sometimes all that was needed. They acknowledged that emotional attunement, where one can express vulnerability without the fear of judgment, holds equal importance to physical closeness in nurturing intimacy. Isabel felt a profound effect from Mrs. Eleanor's parting words. A gentle light enveloped her, reaching deep within and banishing the doubts that had weighed on her for so long. Looking at Mrs. Eleanor with deep admiration, her eyes sparkled with fervor. Isabel uttered with deep melancholy, "I understand now. I once thought that true love had to be filled with chaos. Yet, I have come to understand that it is the delicate subtleties, the genuine moments of care, empathy, and bond, that truly matter, rather than extravagant gestures of love." Mrs. Eleanor once again offered her silent support to Isabel, her warm hand resting over hers, accompanied by a gentle smile. "Of course, my dear. True wisdom goes beyond mere knowledge, it is about living one's life with love and respect. Genuine love doesn't require flawless communication or actions, instead, it embodies a committed resolve to face life's trials side by side." The sun dipped below the distant mountains, painting the sky in a stunning hue of orange as Isabel departed from the quaint settlement. A sense of calm, unlike anything she had experienced before, was blossoming within her. Upon her return home, the unease that had lingered throughout her journey slowly faded away. She ultimately understood that love is not a destination but an ongoing journey requiring constant effort from both partners. Over the years, the core tenets of a thriving and lasting partnership have been clear and honest communication, understanding, and mutual respect. We hope that today's discussion has offered new insights and inspired you to deepen your relationships with one another. Please share your suggestions with us at this time. What part of this video captured your attention the most? Share a thought that could offer valuable insight to those around you. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and sharing it to help spread this important message to more people. First and foremost, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our forthcoming inspiring videos. We truly appreciate your presence and eagerly anticipate your participation in our upcoming video.